I think we've all known he's what's called a useful idiot. I mean, if you actually read translations of what's being said on Russian media, they make fun of him. I mean, he's like a puppy dog. You know, he somehow has, after having been fired from so many outlets in the United States, I would not be surprised if he emerges with a contract with a Russian outlet.
You know, an idiot calling somebody else a useful idiot is the epitome of irony. The only difference is that there's nothing useful about Hillary. And I'm getting cheap here. I apologize for that.
Well, but I don't blame you. I mean, she came across as a psychopath in that interview.
Diplomacy is diplomacy. It's the art of sitting down with people that you inherently disagree with and trying to find a compromise that avoids conflict. There's nothing diplomatic about her. She's not a good representative of the United States of America. And, you know, it shows. You know, you don't have to agree with Vladimir Putin to understand the absolute necessity of sitting down and listening to Vladimir Putin. Tucker Carlson is doing the work that should be done by Anthony Blinken, that should be done by Joe Biden, that should have been done by Hillary Clinton, but wasn't. So if Tucker Carlson isn't sitting down talking to Vladimir Putin, who is? And what are the consequences of not getting Vladimir Putin's ideas, words into the mainstream so that American people can be empowered by them? Not because empowerment doesn't mean that we agree. Empowerment means that we know, we have insight, right. We can make informed judgments. Tucker Carlson was doing a better job than Hillary Clinton ever did.
Here's the question where Tucker Carlson asks him if he would talk to Joe Biden. He thinks for a minute before he answers. It's a very steely answer. Remember, Joe Biden has called Vladimir Putin a killer. Joe Biden has dispatched more than $100 billion in military equipment to kill young Russian boys. Joe Biden has dispatched the CIA to destabilize the government, of which Vladimir Putin is the head. But here is his answer about what it would take for them to have a conversation.
And so why don't you just call Biden and say, let's work this out?
What's there to work out? It's very simple. I repeat, we have contacts through various agencies. I will tell you what we are saying on this matter and what we are conveying to the US leadership. If you really want to stop fighting, you need to stop supplying weapons. It will be over within a few weeks. That's it. And then we can agree on some terms. Before you do that, stop. What's easier? Why would I call him? What should I talk to him about? Or beg him for what?
And what messages do you get back?
You're going to deliver such and such weapons to Ukraine? Oh, I'm afraid, please don't. What is there to...
That was, in my view, fabulous and probably resonated so well with the West, that little bit of sarcasm and humor at the end.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of people who labor under the false assumption that we can intimidate Russia, that we can make Russia back down only if we double down. You hear it in Congress all the time. All we have to do is give more money to Ukraine, let the brave Ukrainian soldiers go forth and fight and sacrifice in our name, let them die. No Americans have to die. They're killing Russians. This is a good thing. And somehow this is going to cause Vladimir Putin and the Russian people to become intimidated and say, we're going to back. You know what gives the Russian president strength? It's not just his own belief, his own value system. It's the absolute knowledge that the Russian people back him up. They believe the same thing. I just got back from Russia, Judge. I was there in May and June. I was there in December and January. Every Russian I met, when you look them in the eye, you come back with the absolute certainty that these people are committed to victory because they believe in the cause. And when you have a population like that, and you have a leader like Putin, understand that when Putin is speaking, he's not speaking about him personally. He's speaking as the president of a united Russia. What is there to talk about? You're sending guns to Ukrainians to kill Russians. What is there to talk about? We're going to call you up and beg you to stop doing this? not on your life. You want to stop this war? Stop sending guns.
Right. Brilliantly and poignantly put in a way that the Western audience can understand it. Can you explain for us